There's a well-known simple question regarding the Yom Tov of Simchas Torah, which is, why is it that we complete the Torah, that read the last Parsha of Vezos Habracha, and make a whole celebration about the Torah at the end of Tishrei on Sukkot, when seemingly the Yom Tov, which would seem most appropriate to celebrate the Torah and to make a whole completion, would be Shavuos. Shavuos was the time of the giving of the Torah. So why don't we make the cycle starting and ending on Shavuos and making a whole celebration about the Torah then, and leave it specifically for the month of Tishrei at the end of Sukkot? So Chassidus tackles this question from many different angles. One of them specifically spoke to me, so that's the one I'm going to share. And it goes like this. On Shavuos, Moshe Rabbeinu did receive the Torah. He received the first set of luchas from Hashem. But then what happened immediately afterwards? The Jews messed up. They sinned. The first set of luchas broke. And Moshe Rabbeinu needed to go restore the relationship of Hashem and the Jews a second time. He went up for 40 days so that Hashem wouldn't destroy them. And then he restored the relationship with full strength. And Moshe Rabbeinu himself carved a second pair of luchas. And he came down with that second pair of luchas specifically in Tishrei, on Yom Kippur. And Sukkot, which is a celebration of what we accomplish on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, that's specifically why we make when we make Simchas Torah. We make Simchas Torah about the second luchas, not about the first luchas. Now, what's the messaging behind this? We think sometimes that joy is a passive emotion. It comes from things we've received. We have a title, we have a status, we've gotten things, we're gifted, so we're happy. But the truth is, true happiness doesn't come passive. True happiness doesn't come because I've been gifted things. Happiness isn't a reaction to anything. Happiness, true joy, comes with efforts, which is when I put in my own yigia, I put in my own hard work, I enter uncharted territory, I work for a cause I believe, and in that yigia that man puts in, that's where he sees the most ultimate joy. That's the difference between the first set of luchas and the second set of luchas. The first set of luchas were God-given. That's like us, the way we exist on our first mountain. That's the way we exist when we're aiming for our initial goals in life. The way we grow up, childhood, school, the way we've been trained to live life. But then sometimes that first luchas shatters. One way or the other. It could be through personal failure. We fail in our Judaism and in Torah mitzvahs, morally. Sometimes it's because tragedy happens. Sometimes it's because we fail in business and we enter a struggle that we just weren't prepared for. So at that point, our first set of luchas, our plan A of life, what we thought our lives would look like, bust. Now where do we go? It's uncharted, and that's exactly where it takes our own sweat and blood to find our own path, to find our way of making our plan B Judaism. The first luchas, plan A was carved by God. Plan B is carved by man. That's where we need to decide how to bounce back from failure, or how to rebuild after destruction and tragedy, be it personal, communal, in any of the above or other ways. And in that effort, where we need to put our own input to bounce back from our being broken or shattered or failed, we become a Baal Tshuva. And a Baal Tshuva has the ultimate simcha and the ultimate connection to Hashem, even over the tzaddik. Ultimate joy is found in the plan B of life, not in the plan A of life. Because plan B is your gift and input on life, not just a way you're passive recipient of God's grace and blessings. That's specifically why we have Simchas Torah by the second luchas, because the ultimate joy of Simchas Torah is more applicable to the second luchas and to the Baal Tshuva, to the person who has failed, and plan A of life didn't go exactly according to his plans. But he found a way to make a plan B, and he found a way of initiating and bringing godliness to a place where it seems like it can't exist. And even if for those that haven't been through anything drastic, this exists in many ways. School prepares us that life, Yiddishkeit, is meant to look a certain way, and for all of us, at some point, a bubble bursts and we realize, now what? Yeshiva, school, didn't prepare me for this. And we need to start figuring out how to integrate the perfect life we've been taught into the imperfect, harsh reality of life around us. And in that space, we go from recipients of luchas rishonos, of the first luchas, to creators of the second luchas. In Torah and in Vezos Habracha, this is why the end of the Torah, Vezos Habracha, on Simchas Torah, we immediately jump and read Parshas Bereshis. Vezos Habracha finishes off speaking about the accomplishments of Moshe, and the final accomplishment we mentioned of Moshe is the fact that he broke the luchos to save the Jews. Asher shibarta, yasher kochecha asher shibarta. Rashi says it's referring to Moshe breaking the first set of luchos. What do we read right after that? Bereshis bara Elokim, God created the world. Where does man become like Hashem? Where does man become a creator? When the first luchos break, he now has the opportunity to create. And in that way, we become closest to Hashem. When we bounce back after broken luchos, we become like Hashem himself. We immediately enter Bereshis bara Elokim to create a new life, a new reality, and bring Kedusha to a new place where it seemed like it couldn't exist, because it's a place of imperfection. But over there we bring godliness anyways, and that's where we find the true, ultimate, proactive joy, not just recipient joy. Mazel tov, everyone. We finished this first Parsha series of Bereshis now till Vezos Habracha. We do still have Parshas Tetzava to catch up, but Emet Hashem will get there. And we should all hear good news. Have a wonderful Yom Tov and a wonderful, wonderful year.